So you've married your Filipina, which is fantastic. And you may think that all the difficult times of a long distance relationship are now a mere memory, that the two of you are finally living as husband and wife. After the honeymoon period, as the excitement of it all wears off, the reality will start to kick in as you both get back into everyday life, that the real work in your relationship is only now commencing. And you can be sure that this first 12-month period after becoming man and wife and living together can be a time which will make or break your marriage as you move forward. So if you want some valuable information and tips on how to ensure your new marriage gets off to a great start and sets you on track for a successful long-term relationship, then buckle up and be sure to stay with me here. Now, the first thing that the two of you need to adapt from is a long-distance relationship to living together in the same house. You guys have been used to living a more selfish life where you really only had yourselves to consider. Now, all of a sudden, you both need to be considering your partner in just about everything you do from this point on. Some people will embrace this and it will be easy for them to adapt, while others may feel like they're being a little smothered now that they're no longer their only concern on a daily basis. And right here, one must know that if your Filipina has come to live in your country with you, that you'll need to really take her under your wing as she learns about the many differences and different ways of doing things in your country. The first tip that I'll give you here, that I certainly found so valuable for my wife when she came to live with me in my country, was to encourage her to be independent. The best way to do this was for her to gain a driver's license, which did give her much independence, but also took the pressure off me to have to take her everywhere, which after a while can be a little draining. A driver's license allowed her to be able to go shopping on her own, get to work each day on her own, and to visit her friends as she pleases without me having to drive her or get in the way of their girl time. But no matter if you live in your country or the Philippines together, you both have many challenges as you adapt to living with another person. Humans are creatures of habit, and when we live by ourselves for a period of time, we pick up many habits that we may not see but may be annoying to others. When we lived apart, we mainly saw all the good things. And yes, possibly when we visited her and spent some time together, we may have picked up on a few strange habits and thought that they were rather cute. But when we live together full time, those daily habits can become rather annoying if we allow it to be. And that is the key here. We must realise that no person is perfect, and we all have habits in the things that we may do or say that can become annoying as time goes by. We need to remind ourselves that we're all different, and these differences, now that the two of you are together, are even more highlighted. And by the way, if you're enjoying this video and channel, then be sure to hit the subscribe button and press the notification bell for all future videos. Now you can be sure that this is where the real work and communication commences in any relationship where the couple are looking for long-term success. Being able to talk to one another in a respectful and caring way is very important, and equally important is for the other person to be able to listen and consider what their partner is saying and trying to see it from their point of view, even if we don't agree with it. Communication, listening and compromise is the key to any good relationship. And right here, when you throw into the mix the cultural differences, these things become even more vital. One must know that the key to any relationship going the distance is being able to accept each other for our differences. And if we find some things are too much and we need to discuss it, then as a couple you can do so without putting the other down or ridiculing their point of view or beliefs. For me, I totally understand that my wife came from a whole different world, And just because she came to live with me in Australia, I didn't think that she would automatically stop thinking or being like a Filipina. After all, that was a big attraction to me towards her in the first place. So why would I try and change her? After 8 years together, I have no problem with her getting some of her friends over and blasting out karaoke for hours on end. Nor do I try and change some of the strange foods that she may eat or change any of her beliefs in any way. This is all part of who she is, and there's no reason for her to change that just because she married me. It wouldn't matter what country we lived in. We can both retain who we are. And we must know that no one should ever change who they are for another person. But instead, we merge together as individuals to lead a life where we can have individual and joint goals, and we have someone to support us through all our triumphs and defeats in life. We really don't need to conform to what our partner would like us to be, because if they wanted a different person, wouldn't they have married a different person in the first place? Sometimes we do need to look back before we can move forward. Otherwise, we may lose our way in the relationship. Never forget what it was that attracted you to your partner in the very first place. And never forget all the good times that you guys had to get to the point where you both committed to sharing the rest of your lives together. As time goes by in a marriage, if we don't reflect, then we start to take each other for granted. And we even start to want to change our partner into something we may want them to be, rather than who they really are. This, of course, is not going to lead to happiness for your partner. You may think that she's happy because she may pretend, but you must know that this is never the case, and to think otherwise is only fooling yourself. You guys have a lifetime together to create an awesome life, which no doubt will have many twists and turns. But to get through this, you must have each other's back, not just when things are going well, but also when things get really tough, as they will from time to time. Look at your relationship as a team effort. If one is struggling, then you need to step up, show support, love and guidance, and let them know that you'll face it and defeat it together. If the two of you have this mentality and you both live it together, then you can be sure that you'll remain strong for life. How do I know? Well, it's not just because of my counselling experience for the past 16 years, but because this is the t-shirts my wonderful wife had made up for us just before we were engaged. Some may say that it's corny, but to me it set the tone and put us on the path for a lifetime where we knew whatever came our way we would face and defeat together. And I can tell you, after 8 years we remain rock solid in every way, and I trust that woman with my life and know she always has my back. Thanks for watching, stay strong, and I'll see you in the next video.